Oh man, yeah. Hey, the dad bod
Yeah,
God. Cody's gonna have me take my shirt off in this joint.
go,
No, why you?
Cody.
You're
All right,
such a
Cody.
hoe.
I
You're
all
need
right,
just a
let's do it.
hoe.
Let's do it. I could
uh,
answer a
I
question.
don't
all
think
right.
you
I
can.
need
Stack my 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 paper.
what's going on, world? It's your boy VO the Face. The bucket list back in the building. April 9th, Friday slate of games. Gentlemen, we about to get it on TGIF. What's going on with my co-host? Introduce yourself, Silly C.
Hi, it's your boy. Yeah,
It's
hit him.
your
Friday.
And we got my boy Jay Reeves, the gambler, in the building.
Yo, let's go.
There you go. All right. Off the bat, we're going to talk about what happened over this past week. And Bet said we were just a day late and $1 short on. So let's go ahead and get it kicked off. Jay Reeves, what bets did you miss out on lately?
It was the game of the night last night. Utah versus Phoenix, and that game was a banger. Devin Booker going off, Donovan Mitchell going off, just to name a few. I have my money on Utah. Lost a lot of dollars. It was sad. It was sad.
Man, yeah, I clapped a little bet on that Donovan over 35 and Booker over 35. I was able to do pretty well. The odds was in my favor. It was like 1 to every $22. So just say it was a bubble up to say the least.
Yes.
Silly, can you let us know a bet or a fantasy player you were a day late and $1 short on?
RJ Barrett. He balled out yesterday. Let me talk about some of his numbers. 29, 5,
Yeah,
and
Wednesday. Go ahead.
29, 5, and 2. Almost 40 fantasy points. Yeah. For Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for 6,600, RJ Barrett.
Sheesh.
He dropped almost 40 fantasy points versus the Celtics.
Damn.
Very close game. Ball and
Yeah, he did that in 36
Oh.
minutes. He went for 29 scoring points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and was able to put up, you said just under 40 points in daily fantasy. So it was definitely a miss. Yeah, on Thursday night, man, there was a game between Toronto and I forget who they were playing, but that was my day late and $1 short. I seen Chris Bouchard, and I was like looking at him, and his odds was so good to like score over 30, and I'm like, there's no way in the hell he gonna score over 30. Well, that boy went out there and dropped 38 and 19 rebounds, man. It was a crazy good night for him.
Yikes.
A crazy bad night for me for looking too hard. You know, like they used to tell you at the free throw line, you know, you study long, you study wrong. So I mean, that just kind of goes to show where we were a day late and $1 short. Remember, when it's you against the sports books, the bucket list has your back. The bucket list. What's buzzing with Mr. Honey today, man? I'm just sitting there. I'm watching that game that happened on Wednesday night, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, damn, what was that real? Were we watching like two of the best teams? Like, we ain't talking about, you know, Darren Williams and Carlos Boozer or Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire or Kevin Johnson and Charles Barkley and John Stockton and Karl Malone. But yeah, y'all, you know what I'm saying? This ain't NBA Jam. The Jazz and the Suns are relevant, man. Did we just watch the best two teams in the Western Conference play on Wednesday? What do you think about that, Jay Reese?
As of right now, yes. Once the Lakers get back healthy, the Clippers are kind of rolling. I know my boy Silly C said a couple of days ago that's a hard team to figure out, kind of like a Rubik's Cube. But last night, I think those were the two top teams in the West. As of right now, and then as I think about it a little bit more, I'm sleeping on the Denver Nuggets, man. Hold up.
You already know. You already know I was gonna be on your helmet.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
Nah. Denver's up there. Denver got to knock one of them out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm gonna say too. You know, as far as that goes, those weren't the two best teams in the Western Conference. I do believe the two best teams in the Western Conference currently are the Clippers, who are 8-2 over the last 10 games.
Okay.
One of those two losses to the Magic on kind of like a sleeper night, but the other one was to Denver, a team that is 7-0 since the Aaron Gordon trade, and like beating teams convincingly. These boys are playing give and go, the 3-man weave. I'm seeing like playground techniques, like, and they're taking it all the way back to the the AYL on them, and it's crazy to see a team play this effortlessly, this fluidly, and you're seeing some cool stuff with what the Nuggets are doing. I think they're the best team in the Western Conference currently, and I do think the Clippers are the second best team. However, you are what your record says you are, so give respect to the Suns and the Jazz. Cody, what do the numbers say? What do you think, man? Like, are the Suns and the Jazz the two best teams? You seen those performances last night from those two guards,
That was
Donovan.
quite
And
a
go ahead.
yeah, that was quite a performance, must I say. Um, right now, I gotta say the Suns is looking very dangerous.
Mm.
Like the
Go
way they
ahead.
match up, they have like the best wings. They have Chris Paul and one of the best distributors to play the game. And Aiton comes on when he needs to. He a beast.
Yeah.
Right now, I think that they're a force to be reckoned with. And the Nuggets, I- we match up good against Utah, but right now I don't know how we do with Phoenix in a series. And if Utah keeps playing, I wonder sometimes too. But
Yeah, well, I mean, well, I guess we'll go ahead and kind of turn it into a thing. We'll make Utah, Denver, and Phoenix the teams to choose from. Who has the better veteran point guard in that situation? Is it CP3, Mike Conley, or Jamal Murray? Jay Reeves, who you got in that?
So I was listening to something today, and they're trying to give,
Oops,
they're trying to put CP3 in the MVP conversation.
I heard
The
it.
way he's the way he's running Phoenix. So
ooh,
I would have to go with him.
All right, so he's gonna give the nod in the point guard positions to CP3. Cody, we're gonna go ahead and go with you, the two guard out of Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, and I guess who currently is our two guard, Will the Thrill Barton. Who's the best two guard in that matchup?
now I don't know if I really look at Donovan Mitchell as a two guard. I look at him more as a just regular one. So when it comes to that, I think Devin Booker is more of a natural two guard. Plus, with his shooting ability, I'd have to give that to Booker.
Yeah, and I think besides the question I just asked, you'll never hear Will Barton mentioned with those two people. So I definitely agree with you on that. Jay Reeves, who's the better wing player? Is it MPJ, Michael Porter Jr., or Jiggling Joe, or Jay Crawford? Who you got in the better wing player out of those three teams?
Oh man. We've
And
been waiting on
the
this.
answer is Porter Jr. It's Junior.
Are you gonna give me a chance?
Go
Like
ahead, tell me. I was just giving you a cheat. Like I'm cheating on the test.
that is
Who?
that is the cheat code. But we've been waiting on this young man for a minute.
Mm,
He has major potential, a
man,
whole bunch of upside. He's putting it all together. Ooh, take me to the porterhouse, baby.
man. I think it was Cat Williams who said, "Oh, you want a nigga? Oh, a nigga here now."
He
And
here now. He here now.
I think that's how I'm feeling about Porter Jr. Man, like the nigga
He
here
here
now,
now.
man. Like so, yeah, I would
I'll
definitely
just take
give
a
the
regular
Nuggets.
steak. Porter too expensive for me.
Yeah, the Porter
That porterhouse.
Jr. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? We would give Nuggets the edge on the wing player. Who has the better big man? Is it DeAndre Ayton, Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, or MVP candidate Nikola Jokic?
Rudy
Cody and Jay
Gobert.
Reeves, both of you guys can expand on this one.
Unfortunately, it's Rudy Gobert. He's like been defensive player of the year
Are you high?
Excuse me?
Are you high?
multiple
Let
years.
him talk. Let him talk.
Multiple years in a row, he's been defensive player of the year. You have to give him some credit. He can't score, but he can play defense.
Oh my god,
He
man.
actually well, when you talk about COVID, he couldn't play defense, but in this case he can.
Yeah,
are
he
you
could
done?
have defended. Yeah, he didn't exactly had a vaccine back last March, a year ago today. He wasn't ready for it. He was rubbing all over Mike's, but I think you rubbing all over the wrong Mike in this one, bro. Gobert, he can't hold Jokic's sneakers. Like I think Gobert is solid and he's really good at what he did, and he's one of the draft picks. I regret that the Nuggets traded away on draft day, but he's definitely not in the same category. He is a defensive player of the year. However, that is a long stretch to most valuable player, and that is what I
But okay,
believe Jokic is
so
gonna walk away with this year.
so a question
What's
for
it?
me.
Uh huh.
Would you rather have Jokic now or Nurkic and Gobert?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jokic now because I definitely
Just
like
ask.
if you was like, yo, would you rather have this $100 bill or these 520s? Like, you keep your 520s. I'm gonna keep them blue faces. Jay Reeves, is Jokic the blue face of this conversation?
Oh man, yeah. Hey, the dad by
Yeah,
God. Cody's gonna have me take my shirt off in this joint.
No,
Come
don't
dude.
do
on,
it.
bro.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hands down, man. The Joker, man.
Yeah,
Come
it
on,
is
let's
the
go,
Joker.
man.
He is the best big man in the series. However, shout out to that boy DeAndre Ayton. He's gonna be a problem. However, right now
Keep pulling it
is
together.
Jokic's time. So as far as those four positions we talked about, we gave two to the Nuggets, and then we
Mm-hmm.
gave two to the other teams, one to each of the other teams. So it
Oh,
sounds
they don't
like
even
the
have
Nuggets
names
might
no
have
more.
the edge in this conversation as far as just how the convo broke down. What were you saying? My bad, silly. Go ahead. Didn't
Oh
mean
no,
to
I
step
was gonna
on.
say you said the other team. They don't even have names no more.
Yeah, man, it's the Nuggets and
They are the
everybody
other
else, man.
team.
It's Denver
I do
versus
feel that though.
everybody. It's Denver versus everybody, man. And I'm gonna stand on that. And that is what's buzzing with Mr. Honey and
Denver
IMVO the
one, Phoenix
face.
two.
Go ahead. What?
Denver one, Phoenix two.
Yeah. I could agree on that. They did beat the Jazz in the overtime game last night. However, I just heard that the Jazz hasn't won an overtime game in 3 years. So the fact that they kept it close, and then you see how many times we beat them close. Like, does the Jazz have the metal? And I think that might be the thing that like separates people when it comes to playoff time, man. The Nuggets have that metal. They have that 9-man roster that is to not be fucked with, and I'm interested to see what happens. But that's just me against y'all in this conversation. I'm choosing the Nuggets. Uh, when it's
I'm
you
choosing the
against us,
Nuggets.
yeah. Well. That's just me against y'all. But when it's you against the sports books, remember the bucket list has your back, and we're gonna keep this shit pushing. ATGIF. Let's go ahead and get this bread. First game on the slate, we got Indiana against Orlando. Questionables all over the board. Jay Reeves, what are the numbers saying to you?
They got Indiana -4.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Orlando can't be trusted. They're at home. Like you said, injuries all over the board, but Indiana had a real impressive win with a lot of people sitting out, the likes of, I want to say, Miles Turner, Domantas Sabonis, Malcolm Brogdon, and they still was able to beat up on Minnesota pretty handily. So I'm going to take Indiana -4.
Yes, -4 Indiana. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna save my opinion on it. Let me maybe have Cody sway me either way. Cody, what do the numbers say on that one?
Actually, I have 4.5 right now.
Uh huh.
So with that 4.5, I don't know if I can sway towards Indiana. You know, like they play up when they need, but they play slow when they don't. Is Sabonis gonna be back?
No, Sabonis is questionable. He might be back. Brogdon is questionable. Turner out. Those that's what I see from the injury report. Also, no T.J. Warren and Jonathan Isaac are obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going with Orlando to cover that spread, definitely
All right. Yeah, in that case, man, I don't know how comfortable
against
I
Jay
feel
Reeves.
with that many starters out. I know Orlando is blowing it up and traded away a ton of their talent. However, the young guys they got, they're hungry. They're looking for a chance to prove themselves. I think they're going to prove themselves in Vegas and your pocket. So I would take Orlando in that bet -4 or +4. So we'll go ahead and go Orlando on that one. Let's go
Let's
ahead
just
and
say
keep.
4.5.
Yeah, I mean, and as far as fantasy picks for that game, Karis LeVert, expect a heavy dose of Karis LeVert. That's pretty much the only guy they got, so they're gonna ride him until the wheels fall off. We'll keep it pushing. Minnesota against Boston. Jay Reeves, what do you got? What is Vegas saying?
They got Boston sitting at -8.5. Minnesota is just trash. And to be honest, so is Boston. So I'm going to say Boston wins this game, and Boston covers the spread. Boston -8.5.
Yeah, man. Boston, I don't know, man. I really am struggling to see it with them. Like
I
they're
just
just
can't
not
fuck with
showing it,
Boston.
man. That young Minnesota team is talented. The return of Russell. I'm gonna go ahead and lean towards Carl Anthony Towns and Russell in this one, and the Timberwolves as the underdogs. Give me the 8 points, and I'll give you my money. Cody, what are the numbers saying?
The numbers are saying that this game is garbage.
Yeah,
But honestly and truly, I don't trust any of these teams. I went in on Boston the other day, and they really let me down. So, with that being said, I think Minnesota definitely takes this and covers the spread.
yeah, I could definitely see that being the case tomorrow. All right, man, which brings us to one of the 5 boroughs in Madison Square Garden to see Memphis go into New York to play the Knicks. Who do you got in that one, Jay Reeves?
Oh, we got the Grizzlies
Mm.
-1.5. They've been on their little East Coast run. New York has been in some real heartbreakers.
Yeah.
I think this is another one tomorrow. As a matter of fact, can you cue up the music for your boy? Memphis -1.5. That's PIMP. Put it in my pocket.
Oh, that's Jay Reeves. Put it in my pocket of the day. PIMP. Put it in my pocket. And you said, what was the numbers on it? You was getting so hyped, man. You kind of lost me. Like you said, the 1.5, right?
Memphis -1.5.
All right, so you gonna take Memphis in that one?
Yes, sir.
All right, and John Morant has ran down his daily fantasy value just to $7,100 on DraftKings. He's only projected for 36 fantasy points. Cody, do the numbers tell you that this could be a big day for John Morant and Jay Reeves' projected win, or do you see a reason to argue that?
Right now, I'm looking at it. It's gonna be a decent day for Job Morant, but I don't really think it's gonna be a big day. 17 points, 3 rebounds. It says 6.5 assists. I think he's gonna get the under there. So I don't think it's gonna be a super big day. It'll be definitely a good day though.
Yeah, so I mean, not like a career long thing, but the most important player from that draft tomorrow is going to be John Morant, or is it going to be RJ Barrett? What do y'all think? Go ahead, just one word answers. The most important player from that draft, John Morant or RJ Barrett tomorrow?
John Morant.
Barrett.
All right, we split there. We're just splitting hairs. I'm gonna say John Morant to break the tie, and that's only because I want to see him do well, man. I like to see them young niggas move that dope. Young niggas move that dope.
Hey.
Yeah, you just gotta get in. You know, Memphis popping right now. Shouts to Pooh Shiesty. You know
Ooh,
what I'm saying? I keep that.
that's-
I keep that
Put it
fire
back,
on me.
yo.
You know what I'm saying? I keep that fire on me. We're
Keep
gonna
that
go
file.
next to the ATL shawty. And we got Jay Reese's Chicago Bulls traveling out to play the Atlanta Hawks. Who do you guys got in this game and why? Cody, go ahead.
Um, I I,
The
I don't
spread is
like either
-2.
one,
-2 for Atlanta.
Yep.
which is I actually have it at 3.
Okay.
Okay.
But with that being said, Chicago always seems to impress me. They won again last night. It is a back to back. I don't know how, but I don't trust Chicago to cover the spread.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta, you don't really trust them, but you didn't know them in the pre-test that I gave y'all before the show, and you also picked Chicago over them there. I'm gonna say Cody's wrong twice on
Yeah.
Chicago and Atlanta, and I'm gonna say Atlanta wins this game. Relatively comfortable. You guys said different points, and I'm gonna take Atlanta comfortably. So no matter what the points is, take Atlanta tomorrow. Make you some money. We're gonna go ahead and keep that pushing to the next game. We got Philadelphia, Joel Embiid, MVP candidate, going against the young bull Zion, Jay Reeves. What do you think about that matchup?
They got the number sitting at -7.5 for Philly.
Uh huh.
Um, is Brandon Ingram coming back for this game? Cody, do you know? Is Brandon Ingram coming back?
I
So
have
right
him
now
as
they have him questionable for
okay.
tomorrow.
I don't think it matters. Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, blowout. Philly -7.5.
Yeah, well, sheesh. I don't know if it's gonna get that bad, man. I think off a heartbreaking, maybe not heartbreaking, but kind of a disheartening performance on live television on Wednesday. I think Zion and them Bulls gonna come back and fight with integrity. So if you give me the points, I'll go ahead and give you my money. I'm gonna take the Pelicans in that one. I'm gonna go with the underdog. Seems like an underdog day. Cody, what are the numbers telling you?
That's what I'm saying right now. -7.5 Philadelphia. I think they're gonna cover that spread. I've gone against them the last couple times and it hasn't paid off for me. Plus, the Pelicans, they're up and down, and if Ingram doesn't play, I don't think they have a chance. This game doesn't stay close. Philly.
Yeah, their lineup is littered with O's and Q's. You got Lonzo questionable, Alexander Walker out. You got Lewis out, Ingram questionable. It is looking kind of tough for them. Do you see a fantasy sleeper tomorrow? I see they got Isaiah Thomas. Would you pay 4,700 for him in DraftKings, Cody? Like they don't have
Uh,
much.
no, I would stay away from that. Well,
Stay away.
you know,
Is there
because
one
this game,
contributor on the
yeah,
Pelicans?
this game has blowout potential. So that a lot of the starters are not gonna play
Hmm.
soon. So with that being said, I think you might want to aim towards Isaiah just to because he's going to get those playing minutes and more usage bumpers just because the other players are out. So,
Yeah, so I would definitely look to players like Isaiah Thomas, Jackson Hayes, Willie Hernan Gomez, and Johnson too. I think Johnson will give you some solid minutes. We'll keep it pushing. Charlotte against Milwaukee. Jay Reeves, what is Vegas telling you about this one?
-8.5 for Milwaukee. I want to say Giannis should be back tomorrow at home.
Hmm.
Do we have anything on that, Cody?
right now, I have him as probable tomorrow based on
Oh
mine.
yeah, yeah. Milwaukee -8.5.
Yeah, well,
Clapson.
based on mine, I have him as questionable. Milwaukee on a back to back, 8.5. That's going to be a big number to cover. I'd like to think if you're throwing something at it, go ahead and try to sting them with the Hornets. Like I said, I'm on an underdog day. It's Friday. YOLO. You only live once. I'm turning up underdog. Oh, Cody, what do the numbers say on that one?
With that being said, I'm also on the same thing, underdogs.
It's Friday. I like
Charlotte's
to
definitely
party.
gonna cover that spread just because of the fact if Giannis does play, he might be on a minutes restriction or at least limited. So I don't think they have a chance. Charlotte's playing off the change right now, so I have to pick them to cover the spread.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlotte is definitely doing their thing. Cody, Graham or Rozier? One word answer. Graham or Rozier?
Graham.
All right, we'll keep it pushing. San Antonio.
Scary Terry. Scary Terry.
I
I
didn't
don't
ask
fuck with
you,
Scary.
Jerry. I said
I
one
told you.
word.
I
I
told you.
said one word, and you're yours. Scary Terry ass. Oh man, I get the
You don't
Scary
know
Terry.
one
That's two
word.
words. It's hyphenated. All right, we're gonna go ahead and keep it pushing. The Denver Nuggets wallop the San Antonio Spurs in a second half kind of comeback type thing with Mike Malone getting tossed on Thursday, and they're back at it again on Friday. Actually, that was on Wednesday, but they're back at it again on Friday. Who do you got? San Antonio Spurs still here in Denver. Cody, what are the numbers saying on it? RJ Reeves, what's the line? And then we'll let Cody give us his opinion.
On the rubber match, it's Denver -7. They were -7. They were -5 actually the other night because Jamal Murray set. So, Cody.
That's what I have them right now too, -7.
Uh,
This one's interesting because San Antonio. Like I hate playing San Antonio. Popovich, his whole squad, they always just seem to outmatch us for some reason. But this ain't gonna be the case here. I definitely see that they recover the spread.
mhm.
So I want to say Denver +7, easy, or -7, easy.
Yeah, Jamal Murray is questionable for the game. Everybody else is healthy and ready to go. I believe they'll probably start Monty Morris. If not, if Jamal Murray isn't able to go, in which case for 3,900 on DraftKings, definitely buy in on Monty Morris.
Capazzo.
I would definitely, Capazzo gonna get some more time. I mean, but he's 3,200. Yeah, that's pretty much minimum. For the minimum, I would take a couple runners on them, but stack your teams tomorrow around Monty Morris and Capazzo. If you hear any news that Murray is not active tomorrow, you can save that money and put it elsewhere. Jay Reeves, where are you putting your money tomorrow on this game?
Man, I'm gonna be dipping my motherfucking money in all kinds of chicken nugget sauce.
You watch your stinking mouth. I think your computer just froze. I think your computer just froze. I don't know. You got to get kicked off.
Nuggets -7.
Oh no! All
Somebody got
right,
the
all
mic
right.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got all
I
quiet.
was. Yeah, well, I mean, he
Let's go.
disrespected. It got awkward. All right, man. We're gonna
I
go to
thought
the
we were
battles
talking
of the
about Chicago
Dubs.
again.
We're gonna go with the Washington Wizards against the Warriors. Who do you guys got tomorrow in the battle of the point guards? Steph versus Russ. Jay Reeves, what is Vegas saying?
Oh,
It's -4.5 for the Golden State Warriors. Is that correct, Cody?
I have 5, -5 for Golden.
For the Golden State Warriors. Okay, Bradley Bill's back. Russell Westbrook. Oh, do they go to the West Coast and get a dub against the Dubs?
Mm,
I don't see it happening.
no.
Golden State -5.
This one, I definitely have to go really quick against Jay Reeves. Just to be honest, Westbrook has balled. Bill hasn't even been there, and Westbrook has balled. I easily have to say that the Golden Chicken Steak Nuggets will not. They will not. They will not exceed this, and Washington covers that easy. Washington.
Yeah, and that one, I'm gonna stay away from it on some of the money lines. I would look at that over under in the morning and see where it's at. Probably take the over as long as they don't go too much on it. I see it being a fast paced game, two high paced offenses, and they plan on getting up a ton of shots. So we'll see if they're falling or not. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep a little bit more information for that for a little bit later for props versus ops. Let's keep it pushing. Houston and LAC, the Clippers or the Rockets. Who you got, Jay Reeves, and why?
Ooh, this is a lofty number for the Clippers. The Clippers -14. I mean, That's a big number. That's a big number. Wall and Christian Wood act like they want to ball all of a sudden out of nowhere by beating Dallas a few nights back. Man, this is a long shot. I'm gonna go with Houston plus 14.
Man, I kind of like that bet, man, because I think you're like saying, oh, they're coming out to play, but really they're just getting Christian Wood back. He's just getting healthy. They're not trying to throw away the season and the rest of his contract there by overplaying him and whatnot. I feel the minute restriction coming off, them taking the reins off, and him getting it popping tomorrow again. And if you're gonna give me 14 points, I'm gonna give you my money every time. Let's go ahead and get that one popping with the Rockets visiting the LA Clippers. And that was the game slate for today.
Oh,
However, I would like to hear what Cody has to say about this game.
this one's gonna be an interesting one. Right now the Clippers, yeah, like he was saying, it's 14. If we go with the spread, I'm definitely taking Houston. You know what's interesting here though is it's plus 750 for Houston to win this game. Now I don't put it past them. The way they
What you saying,
yeah,
Cody? What you
the way they
saying?
came in the other day and took out Dallas. I'm not gonna say that. Maybe putting a few dollars on that 7+750.
Just
Might
sprinkle
not
a
be
little
bad.
bit.
I mean,
Just
if
sprinkle
you
the money
gonna
line a
give
little
me,
bit.
hey, if you gonna give me the odds and give me my money, I'm with all of
You know
that.
what I
I
mean?
think I look
I
at
like how you
that.
thinking. I like how you thinking.
Yeah, I
That's how I
like
roll.
that one because,
Just a
uh,
little sprinkle.
yeah. So definitely look into that. It's TGIF. It is Friday, and you're gonna be going against the world. But when it's you against the sports books, the bucket list, we're back with our segment "Bucket or Truck It," and that's a series of true or false questions that they answer with either they bucket or they're gonna truck it. We'll go ahead and keep this one going. Right off the bat, we're gonna ask you: is the MVP race over? Joker wins. Bucket or truck it? Jay Reese.
Meh, meh. No. Let's hold off for a second for the boy Joella Embiid. That bull is a monster, and I think he still has a good shot. Truck that shit up out of here.
Even with his time he's been absent.
You said it yourself. The dad by God, he's not cool enough, man.
Man, he just might not be cool enough. We did talk about that before. Shout out to episode 2. Cody, is the MVP race over now that Harden is injured and I guess Joker wins, right?
Right now, no. I have to say no. Just because the fact that, too much of the league hates on Jokic, and I just think right now, if you have to look at it, Embiid is definitely not one of my top prospects in this, but he's closer than Jokic, which is kind of frustrating.
Yeah, and I can understand your frustration. And that's why I'm gonna have to truck both of y'all motherfuckers by saying it's a bucket. It's that boy Jokic's MVP right now, man. And I think where y'all sleeping on is, hey, like everybody else done missed time. If anybody's really gonna come up, you're really talking about like Dame Lillard or the Greek Freak. Being an MVP lead runner this year has been a curse. It's been a curse to LeBron, Embiid, Harden now. With Harden out, wrap it up. It is Joker's MVP, and I'm sure they're gonna find a way to try to asterisk it, which they will do. Like just because he's winning MVP, they'll say nobody else was even healthy and whatnot. So they're gonna try to put an asterisk on that. And with that, I say fuck them and fuck y'all because that's a bucket. My boy Joker is MVP. Speaking about asterisks, with them probably gonna throw an asterisk on the MVP once Joker wins it, and an asterisk on last season with it being the season of the bubble. Do you think this season should be asterisked it? Jay Reese, bucket or truck it?
Meh, meh. I'm gonna have to truck it
So
for the
you saying
simple fact.
everything being fair this year, like
For
even
the
with the seating because people been out because COVID protocols, there's been game canceled. You're not worried about any excuses anybody would have. No asterisk on the season. Everything that
not this one
happens
at
is
all.
legitimate.
Not this one at all. We only missing like 10 less games.
Mm-hmm.
COVID is now kind of somewhat looking like an injury,
Mm-hmm.
damn near like I want to say like a bruised hip or a
Mm-hmm.
severely sprained ankle. You may be sitting down for like 10 days.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm gonna have to truck that. I think this season is as pretty normal as it's been, especially after the whole bubble incident last year. Well, not bubble incident, but the bubble plane or whatever. And then they're taking that
Lou
time
Williams.
off, from the regular season going to the bubble. It was just a really weird season. So I feel like this has been kind of regular. We're getting fans back in the stands. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
this season's been pretty normal for the most part. So I'm gonna have to truck that shit on up out of here.
Yeah, I think it's a bucket for various different other reasons. You're right. The season did just and there was a short off season. Free agency was crazy. There was a wild little freestyle draft. The season started in December just to make some money before Christmas. They're doing a condensed schedule with less traveling. You got these back to back, these rubber matches like we're having between San Antonio and Denver. I think stuff's been crazy, and this reduced schedule has hurt a ton of different big men. You got Embiid out, Turner out, Robinson, Thomas Bryant. Like freaking, there is a ton of people happening, and I'm okay with it not being asterisked. That's if people going to give my boy Jokic his credit for this MVP. He about
Oh,
to
that's when it's
win.
okay.
Yeah,
That's when
yeah,
it's okay.
yeah. But like it's like, but if you gonna asterisk the MVP, then you asterisk the entire fucking season, even if the New Jersey Nets, and I'm gonna call them that out of disrespect, just because they put together that disrespectful team. So I mean, even if the Brooklyn Nets win, I do believe there should be an asterisk on the season, talking about all the injuries, the reduced schedule, the reduced travel time, all the MVPs that went down, the trades, the short season. The season just ended it around Halloween, started up before Christmas. I think there's a ton of things. If last season was the bubble season, then this season should be when it popped. And then next season should be regular. Cody, what do you think? Bucket or truck it? Should there be an asterisk on this season?
You really can't asterisk anything. I mean,
You don't think they asterisk in the championship from last year?
no, just back in the Greek days, you had a bunch of people fighting. One person was going to lose their life. You might not have him come back to your team,
Yeah.
and so, and then not only that, but you look at half of these
But they still
other.
celebrate that person as a hero. They don't just asterisk it like, oh, well, he died for his country, Like, don't matter. They celebrate him as a hero. So it's not like an asterisk on it. If it is an asterisk, it's a positive asterisk. You know what I'm saying?
If you play a chess game and
Mhm.
you get a look at any of your pieces and be like, this piece is weaker than this one, or this piece is that, no, you all have the equal amount of pieces. So you either perform or you don't. Now
Yeah.
you may not have your bronze, you may not have your Hardens, you may not have that or anything, but you still have your same board. You've been
Yeah.
playing it since day
Well,
one.
I'm on board with the asterisk as long as the Lakers get their championship for last year and MVP belongs to Jokic this year. Then you don't have to asterisk anything. We're gonna go ahead and keep it pushing with a minor little flashback to before we started recording today. I asked these guys who were the final five teams in the Eastern Conference, and this is what they had to say. Hello. All right, go ahead and look in the camera. I'm recording. Fucking. All right, man. So, out of the 8 Eastern Conference playoff teams, I'm going to give you the top 3, and I want you to give me the other 5 playoff teams in the Eastern Conference without looking at anything off the top of your head. Nets, 76ers, and Bucks. Give me the other 5 Eastern Conference playoff teams.
So you said Nets, 76ers, and the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I got Atlanta in there.
Mm-hmm.
I got Miami in there. Is New York in there?
That's 3.
Um,
See if you could get.
hold on, let me think. Let me think. Charlotte
Correct.
and let me think. Let me think. Ooh, I feel like it's somebody real scrubby. No, it can't be Boston because they've been just straight garbo. Damn, I'm stumped on the last one. Let me guess. Let me guess.
You get 3 strikes, so go ahead.
Fuck, because I just heard this. Somebody in playoff contention, like the play-in games. Damn, who's the last one? Indiana? No.
Eh,
The Bulls?
eh.
Hold on. Let me think, because I'm gonna get this. Ugh.
Yeah, 1 more strike.
Damn, you stumped me on that one. And it wasn't Boston?
I didn't say it wasn't. You said you weren't choosing Boston. Is Boston your last answer?
Boston.
All right, you got all 5 of them.
Yeah, this what I do, man. That's what I do.
Why are you?
You're such a hoe.
I
You're
All right,
just a
let's do it.
hoe.
Let's do it. I could answer a question.
I don't think you can.
I need you to name the other 5 teams in the playoffs. I'm going to give you the top 3. It is the Brooklyn Nets, the 76ers, and the Milwaukee Bucks. Go ahead and name the other 5 teams in the Eastern Conference playoffs without Googling it, and let us know right now.
And who did you say?
Brooklyn Nets, 76ers, and the Milwaukee Bucks. Go ahead. You can
So
get
Boston
the strike.
Celtics.
That's one.
Boston Celtics. Ooh, shit. Toronto.
That's strike 1. And 1 strike.
Gosh, under pressure. Chicago.
Strike 2.
I can't ever trust Chicago. Let's go with Miami Heat.
You got a second team. All right, now go with another one.
Let's go with shit. I don't know, man. God, the East Coast sucks. Detroit.
All right, that is your 3rd strike. Detroit is the worst team in the Eastern Conference.
Detroit. Man, I told you.
I thought they were. I thought they were terrible.
Well, the correct answer is the 4th seed Hornets, 5th seed Hawks, 6th seed Heat, 7th seed Celtics, 8th seed Knicks. Those are your correct answers. All right, Johnson, you just see what they had to say about that. Man, I asked them that completely before the show. They had no idea why I was asking them that, but that is the 3rd bucket or truck it. I asked my son that same question. He got 2 strikes. Jay Reese got them all right. Good job, Jay Reese. And Cody did. I'm gonna try to edit it, but Cody did all right.
I got 2 of them right.
But my son, he got them all right, but he did get 2 strikes. The last team that he had failed to mention was the Charlotte Hornets, which was the first team Jay Reese mentioned. But I was preferencing all of that to ask you guys, are the Charlotte Hornets the most slept on team in the Eastern Conference? Cody, what are the numbers saying?
Right now, Charlotte's balling.
Yeah.
I'd have to say that they're really they might be the most sleep on team in the Eastern Conference. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you didn't even
they,
mention them. You didn't even mention
I didn't even know who they were.
them. He's like Michael Jordan.
I haven't even
Michael
looked at
Jordan
them
knows them.
since Baron Davis and some of them other people back in the
Yeah,
day.
Larry Johnson.
Am I wrong for that?
Is this the
Larry
NBA damn
Johnson,
all over again?
yo mama, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, but yeah, now I guess it's not your old father's Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean
They ballin'.
they're definitely slept on, and I'm gonna come back to you for some fantasy numbers on Charlotte and just what their production is. But while you're searching up some of that stuff, Jay Reeves, what do you think? Are they the most slept on team in the Eastern Conference, the Charlotte Hornets?
Ooh, that's a bucket. And I want to say that because, man, I fucking Man Crush Wednesday, LaMelo Ball went down. Gordon Hayward is down. They have a lot of offensive firepower on that team.
Man.
Scary Terry, Devontae Graham, Malik Monk, PJ Washington, the list goes on and on. If they were at full strength right now, I could see them sitting at a solid number 5 in the East.
Yeah, well, they're actually one better than that. They're already number 4, but I mean, they don't need LaMelo, and they're already number 4. That's why they're such a slipped-on team. Like I'm trying to tell y'all, like they're better than what is panning out, and what's really been beneficial to them is building up that backcourt. They got people coming at you in waves, like they got wing players in waves. Their big men. They do got Bismack Biombo. You know, that's my guy. I like saying is that.
Who?
You know, but he trash. They got Cody
Jay
Zeller.
Reese's
He
cousin.
trash. You know, but I mean
Cody
that
Zeller,
backcourt
Cody's
man is
cousin.
coming at you in waves. LaMelo Ball, his wave rose and then crashed, but still you got Scary Terry, you got Daniel Graham, you got Malik Monk. That 1 and 2 guards they got them by the days, and like they lost Gordon Hayward and whatnot. And I don't think they're gonna hold on to that 4th seed.
I think they're going to
But
slip a little bit.
but I think they fall a little bit and become a really big problem for a top 4 team. Which Jay Reeves, do they win a round in the playoffs? Do they win 1 round? Do they win the first round? Do they advance in the playoffs?
Not with those. How long is Gordon Hayward out for?
I'm not exactly sure. I didn't look that up. I did
What?
think about surprising y'all with a test, but I did not think about looking up how long Gordon Hayward was out.
LaMelo Ball was the glue.
Okay. And listen, 3 to 4 weeks. He's on my team. He's on injured reserve right now. That was about 4 days ago.
LaMelo Ball was the glue to that team. I really don't see them coming up out of the first round.
Who?
Yeah, because if it shakes down the way I see,
Graham has been a baller.
I could see them finishing around like the 5th seed, which will be bad for them because I see the Heat taking the 4th seed from them and then the Heat beating them in the first round. So no, I don't see them winning a first round game.
And if they slip any further,
if
they're really not going to win the first round.
they're really not going to win. The only chance they have is the host one. But if you think about that 5 or 6 seed fighting for those, like you're going to have the Celtics or you're going to have the Heat in the first round. And it's going to be tough against those veteran-led teams, against a young team with Scary Terry as their vet and Gordon Hayward. But we're going to go ahead and keep it pushing, man. That was Bucket or Truck It, and that was us against each other. But when it's you against the sports books, the bucket list got your back. We're going to go ahead and keep it pushing. All right, y'all. Last segment, we're going to go ahead and give you those prop opportunities, man, and let you know what prop bets are the props or are they the ops. And Jay Reeves, what's your first prop opportunity of the day?
We got that monster of a man, Joella Embiid.
Okay.
Points plus rebounds, sitting at 41 and a half.
Damn.
That's the props. Wrap it up. That's the props. He going to score like 40 points.
Man, that's a hefty number, man. You see him putting up 40 tomorrow. I don't see the pace of the game kind of dictating that. I could see, if you said points plus rebounds, I could see a dozen rebounds for him. So I could see that aligned with 29 points. So I would put him at like 31, possibly a Baker's dozen rebounds. So we'll say over for that. That is the props. I'm going to give it the props. Cody, what is the number saying?
He's projected for about 26 points and a little over 11 rebounds.
Oh.
With that, I'm a little nervous.
Mm.
I have to say, definitely the under here. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, shit, man. Like, yeah, that is a number that when you said those projected points, that nerves me. But I do see him getting his buckets, and he's going to continue on his MVP chase. But yeah, that's a tough amount of points to get. I'm still going to stick with the props. Cody says the ops. Jay Reese says the props. Jay Reese, let us know your next prop opportunity you got for us.
We got Julius Randle, points only, sitting at
Julius.
22 and a half. Who's he taking on again? Oh, yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies, who's about to blow these fools out.
Mm.
Cody?
What
22 and a half, Julius Randle.
Right now, he's projected for
points?
21 and a half. 21 and a half points. I have to say, I believe he definitely exceeds that. I'm going to take Julius Randle over 22 and a half over.
Yeah, because what we're gonna have here, we're gonna have the minutes, and with the minutes, you're gonna have the opportunity. It's
37
gonna be a
minutes
close
projected.
game. What's the line on that game, Cody? Reezy?
-1.5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
minus
see,
one.
even Vegas is projecting a close game. I see him getting the minutes, which is gonna lead to opportunities. And you said Randall for freaking 22.5. Yeah, he's gonna get that. He's gonna clear that. He's gonna clear that pretty good. I might even put a little bread on him over 25 through FanDuel. That's how I like to do it. But we're gonna keep it pushing. Jay Reeves, you got some more opportunities for us, man.
Yeah, man, we got a versus battle going on right here. We
Ooh.
got Steph Curry
Ooh.
versus Russell Westbrook in a really nice matchup, points plus assist. So they got Curry sitting at 36 and a half and Russell Westbrook sitting at 32 and a half. So as far as this goes and how we're going to work this out, I just really feel like Steph Curry, he's going to be the props and he's going to blow out Russell Westbrook.
What the fuck you talking about?
Oh, here you go again. There you go again.
All right, cut. Yeah, man.
I
As
really
far
can't
as
see
as
what
far
the
as
fuck
like
you
the
talking
as,
about
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
as far
Versus
as like the
throwing you off.
versus angles, I do feel like Steph Curry's kind of like Earth, Wind, and Fire, like, and Russell Westbrook's a little more Isley Brothers. Isley Brothers had hits to go against Earth, Wind, and Fire, but we all
Not
kind of
enough.
grew up with Earth, Wind, and Fire, man, and they just had slappers, man, and that's how we feel about Steph Curry, man. He just been slapping. He could drop hits every day. Like he's been featured in hip hop songs. Steph Curry with the shot, boy. We all done heard that one. So I mean, as far as that goes, man, as far as hits, as far as points, Steph Curry tomorrow, that's definitely the props. Cody, is Steph Curry the props or is he the ops? And who you gonna choose, Russell or Steph?
Right now, I have to go with Steph. And let me
Okay.
tell you a few reasons why. Russell, he's projected for about 23 points and about 9 assists.
Okay.
Steph, he has that ceiling that nobody has. So he's projected for 30 points and a little about almost 7 assists.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and 30s are very low number. If he get hot, oh yeah, I definitely have to go with the Steph Curry in this case.
Yeah, 30 is a low number, but it's also his number. So I do believe he'll represent for the 30 and go over it. As far as DraftKings value for him tomorrow, we got Steph Curry projected for 49.3 points. And he's valued at $9,900, or Russell Westbrook, who's projected for 55.1 points, who's valued at $1,100. What's the better value, Steph Curry or Russell Westbrook? Like at those prices, 9,900 against 1,000.
Obviously, right now, I mean, the way that Westbrook plays, you always have to pick him when he's, at his falling point. But then
Mhm.
Steph Curry, he has those ceiling abilities that nobody else has.
Yeah.
So in this next game, I definitely have to go with Steph Curry, but Russell Westbrook is never off the radar.
Hey, can I say one more thing? For the record, I'm taking the Isley Brothers over Earth, Wind, and Fire all day long.
Really?
All day
It was,
long.
hey man, they had some hits, man. Let's go ahead and shift this from the props versus off to like a little post game wrap up. You know, maybe we'll wrap it up at the end of these shows. But I don't agree with you, man. Like they got like
So
that
in
late.
love with
Yeah, they got
you.
like that contagious and
And
summer
take the one
breeze.
that's the one
Who's
that Cody's singing
lady?
is a
But bruh,
classic. That is a
let's
slapper.
groove. Bruh, come on, let's groove. They was slapping them out there. Earth, Wind, and Fire was killing it. Now you're a little bit more, let's call it mature, but in years, you know what I'm saying, than a lot of people on this planet Earth. COVID took
That's
out a
one
lot of
word
niggas
for
your
it.
age. So I know.
Listen, man.
Like,
I grew up
hey,
listening to the
COVID
Isley
took out,
Brothers, not Earth, Wind, and
took out
Fire.
half this nigga's class reunion. Fucking, so listen, I know we gonna talk about COVID and Como. They ain't gonna be sending people up to your little senior citizen homes no more, man. We know they hiding the fuck. We know they lying about the body count, man. But yeah, man, I think, man, I really think Earth, Wind, and Fire, man, they just got hits, man. Like, let's groove, man. Man, everything's slipping me right now because it's kind of a like preemptive thing. But Cody, did you see any of the versus battles hosted by Steve Harvey in his Easter suit?
No, actually I didn't. I didn't see any of those battles, but I just have to say Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that's the end.
Yeah, man.
End game right there.
VO,
Go
before
ahead.
we get up out of here, let me get a long shot bet. Let me get a long shot bet for tomorrow
What's that?
or for today.
For tomorrow?
Talking.
Oh, for today? A long shot bet, man.
A long shot.
I haven't really looked into a ton of the odds, but I do like to put a little bit of money for a lot of bit of reward. A long shot bet, man. I bet if you click that subscribe button, you're gonna be happy with all the content we give you. This is the bucket list, and when it's you against the sports books, the bucket list got your back. Fucks with us every week. Let's go.
Buckets.